Ready?
And we're rolling.
All right. Welcome to the Five Seasons podcast. I'm joined today with Coach Jewel, and I'm Coach Tony. And today we're going to be talking about our nutrition program partnered with HSN.
Yeah. So I guess we should probably start by telling you guys who is HSN.
Yes.
HSN stands for Healthy Steps Nutrition.
Yep.
So that is a program that we at Five Seasons have been offering now for the last almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. Yep. And it is they're incredible partners. Their team is wonderful, but the thing that people don't think of often enough is the other 23 hours of their day.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
So our members, and those of you that are maybe watching and not our members, usually spend an hour a day working out, getting into the gym. That's how long our classes are.
Mm-hmm. Most people go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, so there's 5 hours out of your week.
Cool. What's going on the rest of those hours?
Yeah.
Right? So we as a gym just have a framework that we're supporting longevity and holistic wellness. And we want our athletes to be well way beyond the time that they are with us in every hour. And so the cool thing about Healthy Steps Nutrition and the program that we offer to our members and beyond, this isn't just for members, anyone can do this program, is that we're focusing on the other pillars outside of fitness.
Yep, 100%. It's like you said, it's not only the 1 hour in here, it's the other 23. It's encompassing your entire day, your sleep, your nutrition, obviously, as the program calls itself, your exercise, your stress, your support system. What'd I miss?
Sleep, stress, support system, nutrition, exercise. Is that 5? Hydration.
There. Trying to quiz each other.
Goodness! We know this stuff, I swear.
But focusing on, so all of those are part of it. We focus mostly on 1 to 2 of those at a time, just because someone coming in for a program like this, you start hearing there's 6 things. There's all these little parts to all of it. It can be a lot. What Healthy Steps Nutrition has taught us as certified coaches is to help create that habit map and use a habit base. So one of the habits that just always pops in my head, because it'll basically give you the most bang for your buck, is get 7 hours of sleep. It's okay. That's going to be our focus. If you were coming in as a client for me, and let's say you're averaging about 4 hours of sleep a night because you like to stay up and play on the computer or scroll on your phone, that's where we're probably going to start, just because that is kind of your base. And
totally.
it's the old saying, it's really hard to build a house on top of sand. It's a lot easier to build it on a concrete pad. It's finding where that concrete pad is for the client, where we can find that base, and then we can start to build on top of that.
Totally. Well, maybe we should back it up a little bit and talk a little bit about just like the program overall.
Yeah.
Right?
Got ahead of myself.
So let's say, no, it's all good. This is all great information. But let's say, okay, you're like, hey, I want to focus on my nutrition, or truly any goal that you have. It's called Healthy Steps Nutrition. But again, as Tony and I are alluding to, that is only one piece of the pie here.
It's a lot more than just nutrition.
Yep. So if you have goals of any kind, you will benefit from this program.
100%.
So how the program kind of flows, right? Whether you're a member of Five Seasons CrossFit or not, you reach out to Five Seasons, or if you're in class, any of us coaches, and say, hey, I'm interested in learning more about Healthy Steps Nutrition, or hey, I want to talk with a coach. And you can chat with any one of us for a few minutes. We can talk to you a little bit more about the program, see if it's something that you're interested in. But step 1 is having an initial consult. If you're like, hey, I'm ready to do this. Like, I have these goals. I'm ready to go all in. Let's set you up with a coach and let's get started. So it's a 75-minute session with myself, Tony, or Cliff. And we sit down and we talk through all the things, right? Your goals, your why. We dive into a day in the life. From the time you wake up.
Your experiences in the past with any kind of programs or any kind of, I hate using the word diet,
Mm-hmm.
but those types of things to see so that we can have as much info on where you're coming from so that we can help you, because ultimately that is our goal, is to help you toward your goals.
Right. And we also take an in-body scan.
Yes.
Too.
We also have our in-body scans.
Which
to help.
What is an in-body, Tony?
Well, so an in-body uses an electromagnetic frequency. I'm not going to go that deep into it.
How about this? What's a scale versus an in-body?
So a scale is going to give you just the pure weight, assuming that it's calibrated correctly. An in-body scan is going to use a little bit of electronic magic to basically send a current through you, and your body resists it in a certain way. That resistance will tell you is your body composition, your skeletal muscle mass, the water weight that you are carrying, and your muscle mass. And it will break all that down even by limb. So you'll have both your arms, your legs, your torso in that scan as well to help kind of see where, because everyone's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people, it's the, what's the old joke? There's the guy in the gym that looks like he never trains calves, but he's training them every day and nothing happens to him. You know, one of those types of things. Everyone's a little different. Everybody's body carries things differently. So that scan will really help kind of show you where things are. And a lot of the time, showing that gives people a little bit different perspective. Because if you go just off pure weight, that can be very deceptive.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, we know people and friends, colleagues, things like that. Like if they were to go purely off their weight, like I have a guy that I work with, he's 5'9", he weighs 205. Like just by pure weight, that sounds like a heavy individual.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's a bodybuilder.
So he's compact.
He's compact. His shoulders are about this wide. You know, awesome guy.
Yeah.
But if, you know, going through an in-body scan where you see that he hasn't done an in-body with us, but he's had them in the past, like 15 to 17% body fat,
Mm-hmm.
athletic, perfectly
Mm-hmm.
fine. So it's one of those things where it gives you more than just a single number,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you more information that can also help lead help a coach kind of guide you to what may be the most helpful
Mm-hmm.
to get towards whatever your goal is. Because again, it's like Jewel mentioned, your goal can be anything. It doesn't have to just be weight loss or getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, those are awesome goals. But if it's just, hey, I want to create a lifestyle where I'm not tired every day at 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many people have had that lifestyle? I've right here, 100%. We both have. So it's one of those things that in-body, it's really helpful to have those numbers in detail, because as you move forward as a client, you get more in-body scans. And you can start to see those numbers move.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's a great way for us to just track one level of the progress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we do that in that assessment as well. And then from there, we kind of start mapping out habits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this program is successful because it's a habit-based approach. And earlier, you know, Tony was kind of hesitant to say the word diet, but it's true. Like at the end of the day, if you think about it, we are labeling.
Don't think about an elephant.
We are labeling dieting as eating well, when really our society was misinformed on what just eating well is. And so we're trying to break bad habits that what people think dieting is, or if you will, also, you know, a lot of nutrition programs hyper focus on like macro breakdowns and things like that. And again, not that those are not things that we can focus on.
Yep. Those are things we can do, but
correct.
It's not something that we're going to force you to do.
Yeah.
Like you just mentioned the macro breakdown. I've had people where that is incredibly helpful to them. They're a very analytically brained person where making numbers, you know, it comes easy and it's actually kind of fun for them. And I've had other people where doing that created a really bad headspace.
Totally.
So it's something that we are always willing to try with a client, but we're never going to force you to do something like that.
Yep.
Because it's not an end-all be-all. And
Correct.
Before I launch into too many other things, the nutrition labels aren't always exactly correct anyway. So it's kind of one of those, you shoot for perfect, but you know you're going to be within a range.
Right.
Type
For
things
sure. For sure.
When you're doing that.
So yeah, like Tony said, that can be one of the habits we dive into. but it's not something we hyperfixate on, right?
Mhm.
Our job as a coach is to help understand what your goals are and create habits that also set you up for success, but we focus on one thing at a time. Because a lot of programs, right, like it can be like drinking out of a water hose. It's like, cool, we're going to focus on sleep, hydration, nutrition, like all those things we've been talking about, but we're going to do it all at once. And it's like, if we do a challenge, it's kind of like that, like just dipping your toe in it.
Yep, you're kind of, you know, like you said, yeah, good analogy. Just kind of dipping your toe into all the things at once. And that's what happens in a challenge. But what that challenge will also help is see which one of those is going to be difficult and which one's going to be easy for you to do. And that's where maybe to start out, you go with on the easy one, get that lined up, get that as part of your foundation. And then we look at the things that are going to be a little more difficult. It's that whole thing of with the habit-based approach, we focus on those 1 to 2 things, get them in a good space, and then it's okay. You've got those as almost an unconscious thing that you do now. Let's go back to the example of sleep. Okay, that person now is getting that sleep consistently for 4, 6, 8, 10 weeks in a row, no problem. Okay, we're going to move on to they're only eating 1,400 calories a day.
Yeah.
Just as an example. Okay, let's start eating a little bit more so that we have the energy throughout the day. And then that kind of goes into, we talked a little bit about, you know, the scale victory and the in-body scan, but the non-scales.
Yeah.
Those are some of the biggest. You had mentioned about a client basically getting off anxiety medication. I've had a client who was basically on the cusp of getting not hormone replacement, but basically supplemental things to help balance hormones. And when they came in, we started changing up the diet a little bit, focusing a little more on a few different spots. They went back to their doctor 6 months later and they said, yeah, we're not even going to worry about doing that anymore.
That's awesome.
Everything leveled out, and it just, in general, created more energy. And that's one of the big things with HSN is those non-scale victories. It's something that as coaches, we maybe sometimes have to remind clients about a little bit, that the scale is not the end all be all.
Yeah.
It's the having more energy throughout the day. It's, you know, only having 1 or 2 cups of coffee because you enjoy them, not because you need them to not fall asleep behind the wheel.
Pour coffee in my eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's those kind of non-scale victories that are a really big part too.
Yeah. Well, let's like lean into that a little bit more, right? Like nutrition isn't just about, you know, the principles of healthy steps nutrition, right? Eat your whole foods first, have limited processed sugars and alcohol, like follow the plate method, like those things. But like nutrition weaves into every aspect of everything else. Your mood, your stress, your hormones, right? And now we're in this world where we're combating GLP-1s and peptides and quick fixes, right? Like things that people are just putting in their bodies because they're not fully invested in the process of just holistic wellness, right? And you can achieve those results in more of a natural form when you just work out consistently or eat well. And now, you know, we also as coaches have had clients who have been on those things or are currently, 100%. But they're doing things the right way because they're getting in here and they're still being active and they're focusing on their nutrition, right? It's just a way to kind of get things kickstarted. And now they're approaching it by like, hey, I want to like dial in the rest of the things because I know that this is going to actually help me sustain longevity in a different format. But like we could talk about that in a whole nother spiel.
Oh yeah. We're gonna probably down the road probably just do a whole podcast on each pillar.
Yeah, totally.
To keep us a little more focused, especially me, because I want to run off on tangents.
Totally. But like, right, like we're as coaches, like an accountability person for you. When you invest in the one-on-one coaching piece of it, we're also like a safe space for you,
100%.
right? Like everything you share with us is confidential. We're here to support you in all of your goals. We're here to like listen and not judge, and also just help inform you because most people, I feel, a lot of clients I've had are just misinformed.
Oh, 100%. It's the whole thing of, it's so easy, especially nowadays. Like, you just Google any food bad or good, and you'll find stuff on both sides, period.
Correct.
Every time.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where there's just so much info that most people don't have time to kind of sift through and find stuff that actually is either, I mean, kind of like my personal criteria, done by a group that is accredited in some way, is peer reviewed, and has legit. But I also will go in and read the actual documents of a study because I'm weird.
You're informed.
I'm weirdly informed at times. Sometimes I can't pronounce half the words that are in the documents, which makes it really hard.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, as part of being an HSN coach, all the training we went through, all the supplemental documentation that they've given us, a lot of those studies that HSN has used are ones that, at least my personal criteria, they're awesome studies. So having all that stuff, we can kind of help give you a little bit of that knowledge, kind of help you along, and give you a few little tips and tricks on things like what to go for, what to avoid, things like that.
Yeah, totally. And now in the age also with AI, right? Like people might just run straight to ChatGPT for answers, for example. And at the end of the day, those things are just scrolling the internet and crawling the internet.
Yeah.
And they're adding their own humanization to it by throwing a few words in, but it's not the same offerings that a one-on-one coach will offer you, because they don't understand your emotional piece of it. They don't know your background as a person. And we do use technology through HSN, right? Like we have the in-person connect, and then from there it just becomes like a virtual experience. Aside from, we have monthly meetings with our clients, like we meet 30 minutes in person, but HSN just rolled out this really slick new app, and that's how like we can talk a little bit about how coaching works beyond, like we've gotten through our initial consult, right? Now what does the rest of the experience look like for athletes?
Yeah. So once you go through the initial consult, like Jewel had mentioned, it's about a 75-minute meeting, get pretty in-depth on things. From there, you'll set your first habit, and then what you'll get is, obviously, you'll have a direct line through the HSN app to your coach to ask any questions, anything like that, depending on what your habit is. You start with maybe some food pictures, things like that. It also has this really nice feature where you can just scan barcodes of your food to help put those in there, if that's one of the habits you're starting with. If not, it's still a fun thing to play with, I think.
Totally.
But from there, it's, like you had mentioned, you get a monthly meeting in person or virtual, just especially if you happen to be someone who's not part of our gym, maybe lives farther away.
One of my clients is in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, so. she has a client that's literally over a time zone away. So, a virtual, and I've done virtuals with my clients when schedules just didn't work. And then you also will get a Friday checkup from your coach every week, where, sure, you probably do it relatively the same way. We kind of go back, we look at how the last week has gone, talk, and just send you a little, usually about a minute long video, where just kind of check in with you and maybe ask you a question or two, see how things are going. A lot of the time, one of my favorite things to ask my clients is, how are you going to continue through the weekend? Because that's kind of the catch-all for everybody. The weekend, we all can kind of mess people up a little bit, because it's
a little out of routine.
Yep, out of routine. Things are a little different. That's when travel usually happens, things like that. So it's, again, we're being that accountability person for you, trying to help push you towards that goal.
Yeah. And it's really cool too, working with members specifically that are in our gym, right? Because we get to see, like, we get to kind of reap the rewards as coaches by seeing them just move better in the gym and aesthetically change, and their moods just feel lighter. And
see them come into the gym, not the half asleep person for the first half of class, versus they're the person that comes in and now they're the talkiest person when they walk in the door.
Or they're throwing more weights around,
that too.
Or they've just gained like they're running instead of walking because they've gained some additional pep in their step, like literally and figuratively. But again, like Tony and I have both worked with clients that aren't necessarily members of our gym. And we even offer like more beyond that too, right? Like we can go to businesses and do nutrition talks, or 100%. We can host challenges with organizations that are outside of our gym. So like, and which is something that we're looking to get into
100%
as well. So, but like I've had, and we can kind of talk a little bit more about like some of our own client experiences, but I have some clients that I've been working with for over a year now, right? And we're still finding things to work on, right? Like there's always things to work on.
Always things to work on.
There's always things to work on. And we really ask that you give us like at least 3 months to work with you because it takes at least 90 days to build in like one consistent habit, right? And then like, so you think about that, that's like 4 habits in a year that you think you could like really get down. Like the key to making this work well too is to not weave too many things on top of each other, right? So,
and it's also the whole thing of even with only focusing on one thing, it is going to elevate other things.
Oh yeah,
like these are not. There's again. I wish we had the wheel.
I know.
These
Insert flywheel here.
Yeah, they're not. These are not like 6 different stacks, and all we're doing is just building on top of one. It's a big wheel. And it's the more we focus on one, all the pieces kind of find their size, or their space. Is how I guess
we become more well-rounded.
There you go. Becomes much more well-rounded instead of looking like an amoeba. A bunch of squiggly lines around it.
But it's really cool because, and again, I keep making the comment like other programs do this, other programs do this. Not saying that other programs can't be successful, but the reason that this one works is because we're in such like a high pace environment in life. And so when we're asking you to focus on like one thing, many people, when I start working with them, they're like, that's it. And I'm like, yes, that's it. And if you can nail down this one habit, you will be amazed at the ripple effects it has on other things.
100%.
Like we're just going to focus on drinking 30 more ounces of water in your day. Oh my gosh, that makes me feel fuller longer. I feel more hydrated. I sleep better. Like, whoa, like it's just, or sleep is a massive one. Hey, I want you to go to bed 30 minutes earlier.
Yep.
Cool. You feel more rested. You wear a Whoop. Cool. I've had more green days now than I've had yellow or red days. Or I'm able to get to the gym more days a week. Like my wind down routine has become more consistent. Like just little things compound. So, we've talked about like sleep, hydration, macros a little bit. What are some other like habits you can think of off the top of your head that?
Mindfulness time.
Yeah.
Taking time for yourself.
Yeah.
I've had clients that have needed that, where it's they've put spouse, children, work, community, everything before themselves. And it's like there was a time where their only habit was take 10 minutes for yourself. Period. Did that for I think 2 months. Anxiety just completely dropped off a cliff.
Freaking awesome. Yeah.
Sleep improved because not being anxious anymore when they went to bed. Just again, that one habit can affect multiple other things.
Yeah, totally. And I've had some clients too where, they have one like main goal. For example, one of our athletes is very involved in like long distance races and things like that. And I worked with her to prepare for like a 50K, and we just dialed in like really what seemed like simple things, like some of the things we've already alluded to. And she had like one of the best races that she's ever had, injury free in training. Like that was a big deal.
And that's a big part of it too. It's, we touched on it before, like it's whatever your habit is. If you're an individual that likes to do things like that, whether it's competitively or for fun, we can help tailor towards your training as well. If that's part of your lifestyle, we can help work you towards the best version that you can put forth for that.
Yeah. It's cool. Like no matter where people are at in their season of life, like we meet them there.
100%.
Yeah, like those athletes, people that have been doing this for a long time, postpartum, pregnancy, all of those things. So, so that's kind of the gist, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good umbrella over the top.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about this stuff for a really long time.
Oh yeah,
we're passionate about it and we really
100%.
enjoy it.
We could sit here for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, totally. And we might after we turn this off.
Yeah, it's possible.
But
I'll just call into work.
yeah, totally. That's fine. It's fine. But like this is something again that we offer year round at 5 Seasons CrossFit.
Yep. Reach
Can
out
be for any
anytime.
members, any athletes, anyone outside of our 4 walls.
Mhm.
Like people can do these as if you come to the gym, but maybe your spouse or significant other doesn't. Like you guys can do something together.
100%.
You can do something kind of like with your family. Again, we can go host nutrition talks and things at businesses. Like there's so many ways that we can be involved and bring this knowledge base to you guys as athletes and much beyond these 4 walls.
100%.
If you're interested in learning more, reach out to us as coaches anytime, any other coaches at 5 Seasons. We'll put the Discovery call link below so that you guys can get in contact with us. But we would love to help you achieve your health and wellness goals.
Yep.
And
look forward to hearing from some of you.
Heck yeah.
See ya.
Health is wealth.